Sealed Book of Mormon, Chapter 5. Now I, Moroni, continue with the vision that the brother of Jared saw, pertaining to the spirit children of God. And it came to pass that the Father showed all of his children examples of the kingdoms that he had already created, yea, even those kingdoms of glory that appear as the stars in the night sky to our mortal eyes. And he explained unto them that these were the works of his own hands, and that after their pattern he would prepare the worlds wherein these spirits would reside, and enter into their second estate, or in other words, mortality. Behold, the first estate of all beings is that in which they were created as spirits, and it is this estate in which the brother of Jared found himself in his vision. And the second estate, of which he hath written, is the state in which we are now upon this earth. And this second estate is a time of probation for all the spirits of the children of God, to see if they are willing to do all things whatsoever they are commanded to do by the Lord. And it is also a state in which all spirits shall prove to themselves that the degree of glory in the kingdom of God to which they belong is justifiable, and it shall be proven unto them to be the only place where they can find a fullness of joy, according to the happiness that each of them desireth. For behold, all spirits are taught the laws that govern the different degrees of glory in the kingdom of God. And each spirit knoweth at the time the Father presenteth the examples of his kingdom before them, which degree of glory best suiteth their desires for happiness, having thus determined these desires while growing up and progressing as a spirit being. And the laws and happiness of the celestial glory are shown unto them, and also the laws and happiness of the terrestrial and celestial kingdoms are also shown unto them. And each spirit recognizes that which he desireth to make him happy. Nevertheless, to the terrestrial and celestial glories there are eternal penalties affixed, thus distinguishing them from the glory of the celestial, which hath no penalty affixed to it. And the penalty of the terrestrial glory is that the inhabitants thereof will not have the power of creation. In other words, they will have no ability to experience posterity, having not the body that can create these beings. Yea, there will be no male or female among them, having no need for the different sexes, and no need for those relations that are enjoyed by a man and a woman in the course of creating a new life. And those of this glory will not have the knowledge of the power to create other worlds, or the animals, or the plant life that is necessary to produce life on these other worlds. Nevertheless, they will have exceedingly great joy, and live peacefully one with another, having no concern for their well-being, having all things provided for them from the administration of those in the celestial glory. And these will also administer to their own needs, and find much joy and pleasure therein. And these are those who are the majority of the spirits of the children of men. And those who inherit the celestial glory will receive a penalty like unto that received by those in the terrestrial glory, even that they will have no power of creation, or the blessings that go with this power. Nevertheless, they will forever live with the realization that they belong to the order of a celestial glory, which is the lowest order of the kingdom of God, and this because of their very selfish natures and desires. And this is the penalty affixed to the celestial glory, even this knowledge that will burn in their breasts forever. Nevertheless, these also shall experience exceedingly great joys, which joys we are accustomed to feeling in our second estate, or in the world in which we live, but they shall live without the sorrows that we presently experience during the days of our probation. And I, Moroni, was about to write more regarding the wonderful blessings and joys that celestial beings will enjoy in that glory of the kingdom of God. But the Spirit hath forbidden me at this time, and thus I end my description of the celestial glory. And it came to pass that as the Father presented this plan of salvation to his spirit children, one of them stood up and questioned the Father, and wondered why it should be that all spirits should not have the full blessings of the celestial glory, like unto the Father. And this spirit was a great one among those that the Father had created, and his name was Lucifer, he being a spirit who was the firstborn of his eternal mother, and a leader among the spirits. And Lucifer questioned the Father, saying, O my Father, forgive the boldness of my words, and allow me the agency that thou hast granted unto all thy creations. For behold, there are many among us that know that they will not become gods, have thus accepted their place in thy kingdom, in the glories that will bring them their chosen happiness, but to which certain penalties have been affixed. And now, my Father, why is it that these must suffer so, and not become as thou art, and also as our mothers are, powerful and blessed with the ability to have posterity and the joys that thou enjoyest in thy kingdom? We know that thou art God, and that thou hast the power to give these things unto us, if it so be thy desire. And thou hast spoken unto us of our probation, and hast shown unto us examples of the pain and the suffering that we must go through during the days of this probation. And I ask of thee, why is it necessary that we must suffer so, seeing that we already realize which glory in thy eternal kingdoms is most satisfactory unto us? Is it not possible that thou canst create our eternal bodies for us, and prepare the worlds in which we can live, and give these things unto us without suffering, and without passing through so much affliction and sorrow? And when Lucifer had spoken these words unto the Father, many of the spirits began to voice their concerns unto the Father also, even so much that there arose a mighty contention among the spirits who had gathered to hear the words of the Father. And there were many spirits who sided with Lucifer, and joined him in that they thought were righteous and just desires. And there were many spirits that fought against Lucifer and argued with him, explaining to those that followed after him that they must do the things that the Father hath instructed them to do, and how these things have always been done according to the laws of heaven. And it came to pass that the Father rose up and quieted his children, saying, My beloved children, do not be angry at the words of Lucifer, for he is justified in his right to say that which he believeth to be just. And for thy own instruction and learning, I would that ye should discuss these things amongst yourselves, and determine for yourselves that which ye believe to be the best for each of you. And it came to pass that another of the spirits stood up among them, and this spirit was also the firstborn of the Father, but not from the same mother as Lucifer. And the mother of this spirit was Marihala, the same woman that had embraced the brother of Jared, and called him her son. And his name was Jehovah. And Jehovah was also a leader among the spirits, being the firstborn of many, and had been blessed exceedingly in all the wisdom of his father. And he spake unto all the spirits, saying, Know ye not that the laws that have been set forth from the foundation of time and all eternity are unalterable and necessary for our salvation? Why do you think that the Father hath taught these things unto us? Do ye not have faith in his words? And the Father smiled upon the words of Jehovah. Nevertheless, he did not interfere with the discussions that were taking place among his children. Thus we see the great wisdom and love that the Father hath for his children. In great patience and mercy he alloweth us to work out our own salvation, knowing beforehand that we will come to the only conclusion that can be made, that we must honour and obey the eternal laws of heaven. Nevertheless, in his omniscient wisdom, he knoweth that we must be given the chance to learn these things by faith, without his force or without his intervention, thus securing us the free agency that he hath granted unto us. And after Jehovah had spoken these words, Lucifer rose again and contended with the words of Jehovah, saying, We know that there are laws that have been declared unto us as being eternal, but are not these laws those that others have made to serve their own purposes? And is it not true that in order for these laws to be binding upon us, that we must first agree to them and confirm they are the laws by which we wish to live? And if by using our agency we choose to live by other laws of our own choosing, are we not then bound by these laws that we have chosen for ourselves, and not by the laws that have been chosen for us by others? Behold, I am a celestial spirit, and it is my desire to be a servant unto others, and by the course of my power that I know that I will have because of the joy that I receive in serving others, I will create more joy among them, and with this power I will cause that new laws are formed, which guarantee that all of the spirits that I create will become like unto me, and have the power and glory that I have. Is this not a righteous desire? I do not do this for myself, but to serve the just cause of eternal happiness, yea, even by giving this happiness to all, without the pain and sorrow of which our Father hath spoken. And Jehovah responded to the words of Lucifer, saying, And how dost thou suppose that we learn about this pain and sorrow of which the Father hath spoken, if we do not first experience it? And how dost thou suppose that we comprehend the happiness and joy of eternity, if we do not know what causeth them? Behold, thou knowest that one of the eternal laws stated that there is an opposite to all things. If this were not the case, then we could not know anything. For if there was no dark, how could we comprehend light? And if there was no bad, how could we comprehend good? And if there is no pain and sorrow, how can we understand what joy and happiness are? And these things are according to our feelings. But even so, if there were not cold, how could we know warmth? Yea, even if there were no rocks, then there would be no earth, which is softer than a rock, yet made up of the same elements. How canst thou, being a celestial being, expect to serve thy creations by taking away the only source of the joy that thou supposeth to give to them? Thou knowest that this is not possible. Let us listen to the words of the Father and trust in his glory, that he will provide the means whereby we may experience happiness according to our desires of happiness. And Lucifer rebuked Jehovah and railed against him, even so much that the Father stood up again amongst all of his spirit children and beckoned them to listen to him. And Lucifer stood forth amongst those who stood with him and rebelled against the Father. And the mothers of these spirits stood with the Father and pled with their spirit children to listen to their father. But the words of Lucifer were convincing unto them, they being mostly celestial beings, who understood that their eternal lot was that of a celestial glory, and they understood the penalties that were affixed to that kingdom. And these eternal mothers wept for their spirit children, but they knew that the laws of agency could not be breached, and thus they saw the rebellion of their beloved children. And truly the Father hath shown his great mercy towards his children in their iniquities, insomuch that after the rebellion of Lucifer and a host of spirits, the Father cast them out of his kingdom, and they were cut off from the kingdom of God forever. Now I, Moroni, would that ye should know that the things that the brother of Jared saw are taught symbolically unto the children of men in the temples that the Lord suffereth to be built among them, for their sanctification and their instruction. And this great endowment of knowledge was given unto Adam, and passed down from generation to generation, to teach the children of men the mysteries of God, in a form that they will not understand without the Spirit to guide them. And in this way the Lord keepeth his mysteries hidden from those who have not received his Spirit, by keeping his commandments. And now these great mysteries are taught in the temples of the Lord, as he instructed his children in mortality. For truly Lucifer and his followers did not keep their first estate, which estate is represented by the new name that one receiveth when endowed in the temple of the Lord. Behold, this new name is the name of a righteous soul, who hath passed through the trials and tribulations of mortality, and hath proven him or herself worthy to proceed in the kingdom of God. In other words, this new name representeth our spiritual existence. Therefore, he who abideth not by the laws of the holy priesthood that govern this spirit world shall be cut off from the kingdom of our Father, symbolically represented as if he were to lose his head, the head symbolizing the kingdom and glories of our Father. And they who keep not this first estate will have no part in the kingdom of the Father from the time of their rebellion, henceforth and forever. Nevertheless, the great wisdom and love of our Father hath prepared a place for them in the eternities, a place where they too will forever feel the love and mercy of their Creator. This place shall be known in mortality as outer darkness, where there shall be weeping and wailing and gnashing of teeth. This place of torment shall not be known at this time or forever by those who keep their first estate, but will only be known by those who inherit it. And the Father shall make himself known unto his children in outer darkness, and they too shall feel of his mercy and love. This shall be their torment, yea, that they feel the love of the Father, and partake of his mercy, but know forever of their iniquities and their rebellion against him. Nevertheless, they too shall receive of the love of the Father. Now I, Moroni, was about to write more of the words of the brother of Jared that he wrote concerning the mercy and love of the Father for those who are cast out of his kingdom, but the Lord hath forbidden me, saying, Stay thy hand, and write no more concerning these things. For behold, many of my children might take these words and the knowledge that is given unto them, and justify the wicked desires of their own hearts, desiring to join Lucifer and his followers, seeing that their lot is just and merciful. And it is my work and glory to prepare the souls of all men to be found spotless before God and his angels, that they might partake of the glorious blessings of his kingdom. Behold, Lucifer and his followers have no part in the atonement that I have caused for the children of men. Thus their sins and iniquities shall be present in their minds forever. And this is what is meant by endless torment. And I would that all men shall know that I have felt the pain of these souls, and this pain caused me to shrink before the Father, even so much that I asked that I might be delivered of this pain and sorrow, praying to the Father that this cup pass from me. And this pain did cause me to bleed, as if from every pore of my body, and the pain thereof cannot be explained in words that thou wouldst understand. And this is the work that I took upon myself when Lucifer rebelled against the plan of salvation. In his rebellion he sealed his fate and that of those who follow after him, insomuch that they have no part in the redemption of my work and glory, and the atonement hath no effect on them, because they have rejected the words of the Father. Behold, they shall feel the pain and sorrow of their iniquities, and know the anguish that no other mortal except me knoweth. For this reason my soul doth sorrow. And I, Moroni, marvelled greatly at the love that Jesus had for these rebellious spirits, for he truly loved them as he did those who did not rebel against the Father and kept their first estate. And it came to pass that I pondered these things, and my heart and soul were filled with exceedingly great joy, for I knew of the love and mercy that the Father had for his children, and this love and mercy gave me great hope for the souls of my brethren, who had perished in battle, which battle raged in their hearts because of their wickedness, and had caused their destruction. And it came to pass that the brother of Jared saw the workings of Lucifer and his followers, as they went throughout the earth, deceiving the children of men, and turning many away from the precepts of God. And behold, there were many spirits which did possess the bodies of many of the sons of Adam, insomuch that they did that which is contrary to the will of God, by desiring their brethren in a way that a woman desireth a man. And the Lord was merciful unto these sons of men, and understood the reason for their unnatural state. And I marvelled at the love the Lord had for these brethren who were possessed with the spirits of those who would have been women had they been allowed to pass through their second estate. And they were meek and compassionate, having many of the qualities of a righteous woman, yet they were mortal men, having a body that was like unto their mortal fathers. And the brother of Jared beheld that these men were despised by their brethren, and mocked and ridiculed for their manner of speech, and the workings of their nature. Nevertheless, these were loved by God, for behold, the Father loveth all of his children, and those of his children that rebelled against him in the spirit realm are loved by him as well, as are all of those who did not rebel against him. And thus hath he commanded us to love our enemies, and those that are not like us, yea, even those that we do not understand, and do good unto them, all of us, being the children of God.